guys in the noggin. I know they're kindergartners. Well, hello, Ken. Boy, it was cold this morning, 56. And now it's, I don't know what it is. Let me look. My phone is locked up again. All individually logged into our classroom. We are still online. Okay.
You're going to do it from in here?
Yeah. Yep. Yep.
Guess I have to be quiet then, won't I?
Aw, I'm glad. Original GameCube nostalgia. Cool. Yes, you're very welcome. Yeah, we do have a few shirts of those. Yes. Is that better, Leanne? I got a voice. I can project better. 76 in Rhode Island. Awesome. Is that better, Leanne? You tell me, Leanne, when to get started. Oh, this is just going to be a fun thing. But they did give me a list of questions to answer, so pretty cool. Yeah, many of our visitors have not been here like now in over a year. And it's nice to be getting started back into that again. You're very welcome, Pat J. Okay, yep, just give me a thumbs up. We'll be good. We'll behave. Right, folks? Wow, 2 years. Geez. Whoa, you missed. You missed. What's a terrible jump. Did you guys see him? Oh my goodness, 102. Wow. Did you all see him? He tried to jump on my shoulder. Are you embarrassed? Huh? You missed by a land shot on that one. Come on. Yeah. Are you embarrassed? You messed that jump up big time, didn't you? My daughter Karen's out in Arizona right now. They'll be home very, very soon, but she said it was dry, of course, there, and 115 degrees. That's hot. But here we have that humidity. Hi, Christopher. But I'll take summer over winter. It's a lot easier to take care of all the animals, the farm animals, in the summertime. My lings, my goslings and ducklings have now spent 4 nights out on the farmyard, and they're doing wonderful. Yeah, it's still hot air, isn't it? Yeah. You okay now, C-Dot? He says that was just a terrible fall.
You want to take him out on the farmyard?
Hmm?
Are you taking him out on the farmyard?
He may have to go to the cove. Unfortunately. 31. Wow. Oh my gosh, our cat. 102? Woo-wee. Yeah, fall is beautiful. Here in Ohio, too. When we come back from the OBX, excuse me, in October, there's a big difference in those 2 weeks of when we leave and come back. The
Is this your
leaves
pot
are
sitting
turning.
there?
It was in the fridge empty. It's warm in your igloo. Thumbs up? We're ready? Okay. Hey, I understand. We have Mrs. Renault's kindergarten class on, and they are tuned in to see Friends of Felines Rescue Center. Their teacher has been here a few times to visit, and we love to have her come. And we enjoy sharing all the cats and kitties with you kids. We also have a lot of adults on too, kids. They wanted to tune in and just to hang out here with you on our cam. So we're going to go ahead and get started. I know you've given me some questions through your teacher, and I'll try to get all those answered. But I do understand that you are interested in some of the kitties that we have here. So just to give you an idea of what we do, we're in Defiance, Ohio, in the United States. And we take in orphaned and injured, unwanted kitties and cats. And we help them to feel better, to get better, to help them heal, and to become socially friendly, and to grow up and become really nice cats. We also spay and neuter everything before they get to be adopted. That's very, very important because there's more kitties and cats out there than what we could possibly take care of. So we do a lot of promoting on spaying and neutering. So we always, almost at any given time, we have kitties here, and we have cats here that are up for adoption. But we also have some resident cats, and the resident cats are some that probably, most of them for medical reasons, are really not those that most people are looking for, so we've just adopted them ourselves. So I'll show you some of those, and we'll just kind of bring some of the cats up here for you to see, and I'll also try to answer some of the questions that you have asked. And I'm betting a lot of you kids have cats or dogs or some kind of pets at home, so you have that love for animals. We also try to show people how compassion also helps animals. That's so important, to be able to reach out and to love and to help animals. So one of my first questions is, are there only cats here? Well, in here, we only have cats and one dog. We do have a doggie. Her name is Janie, and Janie thinks she's part cat, part dog. She's been living in here for a number of years. She used to always be with my other dogs, but they grew older and passed away. So Janie kind of missed that company. So we just turned her loose here in the rescue center. I'll try to find her and show her to you. She's a little Shih Tzu dog, and she loves the cats, and the cats love her. And it's kind of nice because then when these kitties and cats go into homes with dogs, they already know what a dog is. I'm trying to talk louder, Nancy. I wonder if somebody can turn our volume up if it's possible. I will try to talk louder though. And that's really nice because then when these kitties and cats go into their homes, they already know what a doggy is. And that's important because lots of these kitties and cats go into homes where there are dogs. And Peggy, our volunteer this afternoon, brought me Janie. So this is Janie. She's a Shih Tzu.
How old she is?
She is, I think she's like 12 years old now. She's getting to be an older dog. She's very soothing to the cats, and a lot of times when you see her napping and sleeping or just hanging out, she'll have kitties or cats hanging out with her. She's a good girl. Oh, and she snores. don't ya? So the volunteers help me with Janie too. She's kind of become all of our doggy, right? You're very important to us. So also, not in here, of course, because this is a cat rescue, but out on our farmyard, we have horses and donkey and goats and chickens and ducks and geese and peacocks and guinea hens, and then the wild critters that come in. So it's kind of nice because when people visit us, then they like to go out there and see what the farmyard looks like. So it's kind of fun. Oh, and we have bunnies out there as well. So, and pigs. So it's kind of nice for when people come that they get to go out on the farmyard and visit and see what's out there too. So one of my other questions is, I heard through your teacher that you didn't realize that we may have 2- or 3-legged cats, but we do. So let me show you one of them. And they were, right here's one. Come here, girl. When our kitties are adopted and cats are adopted, they have to go to inside homes only. And one of the reasons for that is the biggest thing out there in the world when they're not inside kitties that can hurt them are cars. And they do get hit by cars sometimes. And that's what happened to this girl. Her name is Sparrow. We love her. She's a Siamese mix. Rachel, do you mind if I take that? And Sparrow, if you notice, is missing her back leg here. But when you see her running and playing and climbing, she goes up on all of these. Can you see way up high? See all the catwalks up there, the green and the blue and the yellow? There's a cat. That's Raza right there. Raza Liza is up there. And Sparrow, 3-legged or not, she goes up there as well. So she was hit by a car. She was really lucky because she hurt both of her knees really bad. This one here is healed pretty well, but she does the coolest thing, and I love watching her. She gets up full speed running. She gets up full speed running. She might start like from the farther room, and she wants to go here. Well, when she hits this doorway, she has to turn, and when she hits down there, she has to turn. She lays her hip down and slides like a baseball runner and spins around that corner and can go lickety-split. But while she's up here, I want you to take a look at something because it's an answer to another question. You see how long that foot is? If your foot was as long as what a cat's is to the proportion of your body, your foot would be 2 feet long. 2 feet's worth in one. So just keep that in mind for a couple minutes. So that one is Sparrow, and I understand you were very surprised that we could also have a 2-legged cat. Let me see if I can find her. Peggy, do you know where Corley went?
I'm sorry?
Do you know where Corley went? I had all these cats ready. Yeah, Corley. I had all the cats where I knew where they were at, and now they've left me.
You already looked in here.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I see her. All right. Oh, it's.
Some of these toys are the way.
So this is a special cat to us. This is Corley, and Corley's been with us for a few years. She came when we had a very bad winter, and I know you have bad winters there in Canada. But you know how your family may remind you to put your hat on when you go outside in the wintertime and your gloves because you might get frostbite? Well, that's what happened to this girl. She was outside in a terrible winter storm, and she got severe frostbite So you can see she has real short ears. And she also had frostbite on her chin. She had frostbite on her front feet, her back feet, and her tail. So we tried really, really hard to save all of her frostbite parts, but was unable to. So our wonderful vet did several surgeries on her and had taken the ears, what was frostbite, off. So she has those cute little short ears. She's also lost the toes on her front feet. She has a couple toenails left, but most of her toes are pretty short. She's also lost, unfortunately, both of her back legs. So she's kind of like a torpedo girl. And she can move when she wants to move. And then she has a very short tail because that also was frostbite. So she's kind of our cool winter girl. In our local newspaper and on Facebook, we always put a special picture of her every single winter about frostbite, how hard it is on any animal that's out there that doesn't have protection. And I'm hoping that sometime in this way of talking about her, especially at wintertime, that people will be more conscious of how cold it is out there and what it can do to a cat. So we always have her picture in our paper and on Facebook as a reminder to people to please make sure your pets are having some shelter. You know, sometimes people hearing that story may say, well, maybe it would have been better just to leave her pass away and be gone because maybe she's not happy, but that's not true. This girl is so happy. She's kind of the boss, and she's actually a queen. We think she's a queen of the rescue center, and she's very happy. She's very healthy, and how she gets around is she just pulls herself with her front legs. She can go lickety-split when she wants to, and when there's like a little argument here with the kitties, she's right there, and she likes to watch over what's going on. She also keeps track of what we call the whippersnappers, the young kittens, and she helps teach them manners. So she's very valuable to us, and we love her to pieces. She is very content, and she loves to lay on her back sometimes and sleep. Oh, do you want me to take you where you were? If you see Magic, I could use him too. We also have another cat. His name is Magic. We will look for him as well. Oh, I see him. He's here. Come on. You want to come see the kids? Come on. Show them how good you walk. Come here, Magic. Magic. We believe in magic. You gonna come? That's my good boy. Magic is very strong. So he came to us with deformed back legs. His back legs look like pretzels twisted together, and they became cumbersome or in his way, and he couldn't play as fast as the other kitties, and they were just in the way because they were so twisted up. So our vets just took him off, and his tail, because it got in the way when he was in the litter box. But he's turned out to be very happy, and it was the right thing to do for him because he can go like the wind. He can probably walk on his front two legs faster than what some of the kitties can on their forelegs. He's really built up his muscles, and he's so strong that sometimes he lifts his back end up and keeps it off the ground like that. So he's pretty amazing, and he loves back scratches. He comes up to us all the time and wants his back scratched. He was born with the pretzeled up legs, and then we had them removed for him being able to get around a little bit better, be more mobile. I wanted to show you another special girl. As I said earlier, we have kitties that are up for adoption. We have cats that are up for adoption. But remember, we said we also keep some as residents, and that's where they live here their whole lives. And Connie is one of them. She came to us with 2 bulgy eyes. See this eye, how bluish it is? That eye is what this looked like. But and that's from having a severe eye infection. So she didn't have somebody to take care of her. It's possible that when her eyes were really bad as a kitten, if she would have had the right vet care, that maybe those eyes could have been saved. But by the time she got here, the eyes were very, very bad. So the right one, her right one, had to be removed. And she still has this one. She doesn't really have sight out of that. But this cat is awesome. She climbs the Coranda Towers. She goes anywhere and everywhere that she goes. And the cool thing about these cats when they're blind is you can talk to them, and it's like they look right in your eyes. It's really cool. And you forget after a while that they have these disabilities, and that's just from getting to know each other. And so that's what we like to have people do too. You just kind of forget about disabilities because you learn the person is a real person, and you get to know them as the person they are inside. So what do you think? Do you want some help getting them? What she's doing right now, usually this is right here, and she knows she can step down there, but it's not there, and she knows that. So I'm going to lift you down, okay? Says, all right, help me out. So let me get another question that you had. Another one you had is, why are there so many cats? That's a really, really, really good question, and that's something that every single person that's listening or that comes here, or everybody in the whole world can help with. There are too many kitties and cats in this world, more than what there are homes for them. So the simple solution to that is to get them spayed and neutered. Here at our rescue center, we do 2 to 3 surgery dates a month to help them to provide low-cost spays and neuters so that we can get these kitties spayed or neutered so that they're not having so many babies. But that's why we have so many of them. And how do cats with 3 legs walk? You got to see that. And so do you know also that there's 2-legged cats in this world that are doing just fine, that have like the same side of legs gone? So they might have just the left front and left right, and they learn how to also walk. Cats are amazing creatures. They really are. What are all the cats' names? Well, there's so many. I can't name them all, but I'm going to bring up a few more here so you can see them. And why do cats have whiskers? Do you know that they have more than just whiskers on the face? The whiskers on the face really do help them to feel. It's like kind of like feel their environment, and they can detect things in the dark or the light with their whiskers. It's like little feelers that they have. But they also have whiskers. Who wants to come up here? Little Churchill. Oh, you probably don't have any because you're still so small. Where is an adult? Oh, dear me. This is Spiker. Cats also have whiskers not only on their face, but also on the back of their paws back here. And those are kind of like feeler whiskers. So, you know, cats out in the wild, or if they have to hunt, they can use those whiskers on the back of their paw, like if they catch a prey or catch something out there, whatever it is they find, and they can tell by those whiskers if that thing is alive, if it died, if it's going to move, so they have to be on guard to try to keep that close to them. So it's another sensory thing for them. But all cats have it on their face as their feelers, or they tell their environment. It tells about their environment. And usually the whiskers are always wider than what their face is. And then they have these back here behind their front paw. You know, there's someone who did a study on whiskers, and they said that, I don't know how they know, but this is what the consensus was, that even if they lose one whisker, it makes a little difference in how they walk around and how they feel things. So they need their whiskers. I know sometimes people will want to cut them, and you don't ever want to do that. Sometimes when we've had cats in here and we have to shave parts of their face for surgery or something, we always take our hand and pull those whiskers up before we shave the fur so that they don't lose their whiskers. Do you see how this cat, this is Spiker, do you see how this cat is kind of weeble-wobbling around? Yeah, we can't let go of him because he would tumble off. So he has something that we shorten up the name called, there he's, here, I'll help you keep your balance, called CH, is cerebellar hypoplasia, and it's when their mommy was pregnant, she probably had something called distemper, and that distemper affects our cerebellum. You also have a cerebellum at the back of your head, and they have a cerebellum in their head. And the really cool thing that cerebellums do for you and me and cats is that it helps us keep our balance. So if Mama had distemper when she was pregnant with the kitties, it kind of puts little marks on that cerebellum, and that makes them not be able to keep their balance as well. So some of the cats have it, and they might just have a little tremble. They may have just a little problem holding their head still. Some of them are moderate or like a medium. That's where he's at. And they get around just fine. And the thing that they do to help is they spread their legs apart to be able to keep their balance. And then we have some that are severe CHers. And those are the ones that really have a hard time even standing up. I have two of them here. One's name is Ramsey and one's name is Alma, and they do just fine. And we love them. We kind of really like having the CH kitties here. It's a kind of like one of our little specialties that we do, and we enjoy them. Derecho is a cat that's well loved all over the world, and he was kind of like our first one when we started doing this, keeping more of the CH kitties. Do you see what he's doing? He's sticking his tongue out. This boy had some bad teeth and he had to have a dental. So I think it was after his second dental, he had to have all of his teeth removed. So he doesn't have his teeth there to keep his tongue in. So he keeps that tongue hanging out. Sometimes when I go by him, I tap his tongue and tell him, keep your tongue in, it's gonna dry out. You ready? And these CH kitties, we always lift down so they don't get hurt. Do you want to come up here, you little wild thing? This little kitty is called Churchill. He came in by himself, and he's purring. I know you're purring, and you're so cute. He's one of our youngest ones up here in this main area, and he's doing awesome. He will be up for adoption, and somebody will adopt him and take him home. Yes, because you're so cute, aren't you? This is what we call a beige kitty and a domestic short hair. That's what most of the tigery kind of kitties are in this area. You ready to get down? So let me see. Do I have cats in my house? I do. I have 8 cats in my house, and I love them all very, very much. I love them. We have a really furry cat here. You know, in here in this part of the rescue center, I don't think we have any really long-haired ones, but out in the cove we have one. He's got really long fur, and he's a little bit leery of us, but we get him a couple times a year and have to comb him out. What's the matter? Do you have something to say to them? What do you want to say? Were you not done showing yourself off? So on the long-haired kitties, when we have somebody adopt one of our long hairs, we always ask them if they feel good about brushing them out and keeping them combed, because we don't want any of our cats to go someplace where they can't be, because they do get matted. So we like it when people will adopt the long hairs and keep their fur nice and combed. What do you want to say? Do you want a snacker? Hang on. Is this what you want, a snack? Churchill, you're just spoiled, aren't you? Here, turn around. It's right here. Right here. Do you want those? Do you want those? You want to just play? You just want some holding, don't you? All right, you're going to have to be done. Yes, yes. Come on. We have another question. Why do cats jump so high? Which I think you kids really came up with some good questions. So remember, we talked about how long the foot is on a cat. And if your foot was as long as what theirs is to the proportion of their body, you would have feet like this long. So, you know, when you're outside and you want to do a big jump, how you crouch down and you push off really hard with your feet, that's the same thing what cats do. So if this kitty wants to jump, they kind of do a little squat, and then they have such strong muscles right here in their thighs and such big feet, they can really give that big jump over. There, he's going to take his snacker. So they can jump high. Sometimes they cry then to get down. That's when they need your help. I don't really know exactly how many cats that we have here. We have all of ours in here that are up for adoption. And to be honest with you, I really don't keep track of exact numbers. We do have our resident cats, but outside, listen to this. We have porchy cats. We have what we call firehouse cats, Barney cats, and Covey cats. So these are 4 categories of kitties or cats that are permanent. They live here. The porchies live out loose, and they have 2 porches that they can go in. The firehouse has a really cool A-frame building that's by our fire pit, which is why it's called the firehouse. And they also have a shed that they go in, so they're have a lot of shelter. The Barneys are those that live in the barn, and then the Coveys live in a great big area that has a 500-foot of fencing. That's a lot around their whole thing, like a playground, so they stay in that area. How do cats purr, Leanne? Is that? Yeah, you know what? That's one thing that's never been determined. We all know that the purr comes right here. You can actually put your finger right here and feel that vibration, but it's never been a true figuring out of what it is that promotes that. So that's always something that we can kind of speculate on, but it's their happiness that comes out. And why do they chase lights? Well, you know how cats like to chase anything? Like mice, it's that prey drive. It's that prey drive that's in them, where they're born with that, where they like to chase things. And so a laser light is awesome to have. But one thing you always want to make sure you don't do is shine that laser light in their eye, because you can really hurt their eyes by doing that. But they are already born with that instinct in them to chase things. So it's a fun way to do with them. Yeah, we had Bijou is a little bit longer fur. Let me see if I can get her. This is very good for Bijou because she's one of our shyer girls, and we're just going to see how well she does for us. You're really good. I always try to be real calm around her, because she says, I like it. So Bijou came to us after somebody found her in a trap, and whoever set that trap, did not check it, so she was in there for quite a while. She came to us, she was shy, and she was pretty thin, and she just wasn't sure what was going to happen to her. So we have found that something that she loves, and that's food. She loves food, so she's become our friend, because when we do the food with her, we usually try to make sure that that's our petting time with her. But don't you think that she's doing well? You can tell that she's enjoying it. When a cat does that arching here, and you can I can hear and I can feel that purr, and she raises her tail up like that, those are all signs that she's enjoying it. So we know that she's got that in her to want to be friends. But you can also tell she's a little bit nervous. She is beautiful, and this isn't even really, really long for a cat. Like a Persian has even longer. You're doing awesome, Bijou. You're just doing awesome. She's called a muted calico. That's where she's, instead of being golden, black, and white, she's gray and cream and white. I think we're going to give you an A+ today for being so sweet and friendly. Yeah, you're doing great. We'll see how long she stays up here with us. Well, but I know. Sometimes it's a little scary. We'll show you some more kitties so you can learn some more of their names that you wanted. Yes, you've been up here a lot. Yes, you have been. Where's your twin, huh? She's being very brave, isn't she? So this one is called Hyatt, and he has a, what? Daisy-doo, you okay, girl? She says, no problem, I'm okay. So this is Hyatt, and he has a twin brother. These two, I would love to see get adopted together. They've been here since they've been little kitties, but they're about ready to be able to be in their homes. So this is Hyatt, and we have Hyatt and Hudson. You want to stay there a minute? Huh? No, Churchill, you've already been up there twice. Yours is twin. I call them twins. They're not identical twins. But wouldn't it be really neat if we could get these two babies to be adopted together? Yeah. Oh, stretch. Stretch. Oh, now it's okay. It's okay. Oh, you know what? I was very impressed with this question that you asked. Do cats always land on their feet? Most of the time they do, but there's sometimes that they don't. So remember how we talked about that cats are born with that, like that instinct for that drive to catch things? They're also born with a writing, how they can right themselves up in the correct position. So if a cat is like here and wants to fall down, if they fall down, most of the time they do land on their feet. They have this awesome thing in them that as they fall, they are able to get their feet underneath them. Now, I always worry about talking about that because I don't want somebody to go try it with the cats. There are times that they can get hurt, and these little bones that's in their feet and their ankle area can break, they can snap, so you don't ever want to try that. But if a cat is up high, unlike many other animals, when they fall, you can even look that up on YouTube. You can see that, how they turn themselves and they right themselves, they orient themselves to have their bodies up and their feet down. And it's pretty cool because not all creatures can do that, but the cats can. There are some times that they can't though, and that's why it's always important not to have them get in that position where they could so they don't get hurt. This is Gunner. Turn your best side around. This is Gunner. He's a good boy. He's the one that helps me with breakfast. One of them that helps me with breakfast in the morning. Let me see. Leanne, is there, asked if the cat's eyes change at night? Do you mean like for them to see in the dark? Is that what he means, to be able to see in the dark? Cats can see amazingly well at night, and You know how like your eyes, when the bright sunshine comes in, our eyes get kind of pinpointy? Their eyes do the same thing. But then when it's really darkish out, their pupils get real big, and it allows more light in so that they can see during the nighttime. And that's why they're really good hunters. Do you know when cats are, like if a cat is in the dark and you shine a flashlight because maybe you're looking for something and you come across the cat eyes that they glow kind of yellow orange at night. Last night I thought I heard something out on the farmyard, so we went out. It was about midnight, and I shined my big spotlight around, and I could see where all the cats were because of their two glowing eyes. So their eyes can be able to see better in the dark because of the cones and the rods and all that's in there. That can be a whole thing in itself, but mainly it's their eyes get big if it's dark out to leave more light in, and then they get small if it's real bright out. And I'm going to bet you that you might be able to tell this if I can hold it just right. So if I take my hands off, you might be able to see where the pupils are real big. Here, let's try that again. And you look right at the cam. See how the eyes? Oh, there they are. And then if I had a light, it would get real pinpointy on them. Oh, why don't cats like water? Well, I don't think cats like to get wet, but I know some cats that do like water. I know cats that like to play in the water. So I think sometimes that's more their own personality than anything else. But on the whole, I don't think most cats don't like to jump in the water and get wet like a dog does to swim. But I do know some cats that out there that'll get in our little pools. When we have them full for the ducks and the geese to get water, they'll get in there. So it's kind of weird. I guess they're just different too on that. Yeah, yep. And then I have some cats that will play in the water where they actually dip their paw in the water and drink that way. My cat Zelda drinks like that. I do have some furless kitties, but I don't have them over here. They're called, one of the kinds of furless is called the Sphinx, and people will say that they don't have any fur, but that's really rare that they don't have any fur. Sometimes they have like little fuzziness on them, but on the whole, they are pretty much hairless. And they're a little different to pet, because you know, like on a cat, you just pet along with the fur. And for those furless ones, you're petting the skin on them. Yeah, a lot of cats do like to, and tigers like water also. Yeah. So I think our time is up. We had till 2 o'clock, which is almost here now. Leanne, is there any special kitties they wanted to see that I haven't showed yet? Who is my favorite cat? Right here, right now, today? It's all of them. I love them all. But I have 2 cats that are my very own cats that live in here. One is C-Dot and one is my Zelda girl. Zelda is black and white, and she loves boxes. Sometimes when we open up boxes with gifts from our friends, she likes to come and she just hangs out on the boxes. So that's Zelda. And then C-Dot is that one that tried to jump on my shoulder. He's on this shoulder a lot and likes to be carried around. I'll show to Rachel. Where is he? They were supposed to all stay right here. Let me look one more place. Yeah, I don't see where DeRachel is. Oh, here he is. Here, DeRachel. DeRachel was born with that CH that we talked about. And he kind of warmed up our hearts to love all the cats that's out there. So he's kind of like our mascot, CH cat. Always have to be careful when we handle these, that when we put them down, that all 4 feet are on the floor, and that we would never leave like a cat like Rachel up here. There's a couple of them that can handle it, but not all of them. Oh dear, who is our oldest cat? Viewers might know that better than me. It was Savon. She was 18, but we just lost her a couple weeks ago. We have a couple out in the cove that are 14 and 15. We had a couple cats that lived to be 22 here, 22 and 21. Yeah. Yeah, D-Man, DeRachel, Rachel, lots of names that he's called by. All right, Leanne, thank you for having your kids come. I appreciate it. I think I got most, if not all, of the questions answered. And if we can ever do this again sometime, that would be awesome. So, you all take care. Kids, take care. If you have your pets at home, give them a kiss and a hug today, okay? Yeah. We're glad to do that. We love our kitties. Yep, always love your pets. Take good care of them. All right, you all take really good care. All right, DeRachel boy, we got to get you down. He says, but I like it here. Oh, he wants a belly rub yet.
Well, I just picked one today. As soon as he sees me coming, he flops
He rolls over. All right, you big boy. Okay.
You gotta help her.
He gets on my desk and eats my important papers. Yeah. He picks
He's a
out.
shredder.
He's a shredder. Mm-hmm.
He didn't have to buy shredder.
Okay, my fella. Okay, ready? Be careful. Be careful. There you go. Oh, I felt his knee. All right, we'll put this back for Pania if she wants it. Except you like it over there right now, don't you, Pania? Oh, dear. All right, well, you folks all take good care. And I got to go check on the kitties that's in the back.
They're fine.
They're fine?
Yeah, and I just took every one of them out and give them a hug.
Oh, that's good. Will you do that again today?
What?
Will you do that again today, too?